Hey, what's up, everyone? I hope you're doing well. There's a fresh batch of changes rolling out for No Man's Sky from Hello Games with update 620. This mechanic reportedly reveals salvageable alloys hidden inside piles of junk. So instead of scanning a field and hoping, you can physically manipulate objects to find rewards, which should reshape how folks approach wreck sites and remnant zones. Moving from tools to vehicles, the Colossus exocraft gets a serious personalization and utility pass. There are new off-road wheels, redesigned cabin options, fresh paint finishes, and expanded upgrade paths for its technology. So if you've been into rolling across harsh terrain, this gives you more control over looks and performance. That's not just cosmetic either. The customization unlocks practical upgrade choices that influence how the Colossus behaves when you're hauling big loads or traversing tricky landscapes. On top of that, the Flatbed Hauling Module is a big gameplay addition. It lets the Colossus carry large industrial waste loads and actually support delivery and processing of those materials for in-game rewards, nudging the experience from pure exploration toward more logistics-focused gameplay loops, where hauling, delivery, and processing become meaningful activities. That shift could change how coordinated play and base economies form, because there's now reward incentive tied to moving things around the map. There's also a time-limited community expedition set on a single desert world that centers on cross-country hauling and remnant clearing objectives, with community-wide goals and exclusive rewards for participation. The way these expeditions usually work is you get a set of objectives that contribute to a larger community tally, and if enough players complete the tasks, the expedition unlocks shared bonuses or unique items. So it's a good way for players who like cooperative asynchronous events to funnel those new hauling mechanics into a larger shared narrative and earn stuff that isn't just cosmetic. From what's been reported, this expedition will lean heavily into the new hauling systems, so it's a solid chance to test out the Flatbed Module and the Gravitino Coil together in structured gameplay. On the stability and polish side, the patch includes a number of quality improvements aimed at reducing crashes and improving performance both in space and on planets. Players should notice smoother exocraft entry and exit animations, more reliable multi-tool interactions, and a snappier UI when managing inventory and hauling tasks. The physics handling for large cargo and objects has been tightened up too, which is key because hauling systems are only as fun as they are stable. Nobody wants massive desyncs or floating cargo when they're mid-delivery. Beyond that, vehicle fixes aim to reduce weird physics during heavy hauling and improve traction on rough terrain, while a handful of clipping and terrain interference issues seem to have been addressed, so the Colossus and other exocraft behave more predictably when loaded. These are the kinds of behind-the-scenes fixes that quietly turn frustrated players into satisfied ones after a couple of sessions. For those on VR and different control schemes, the update reportedly includes improvements to VR interactions with debris handling tools and better controller and keyboard support for the new mechanics, which is good to hear, because having consistent controls across platforms matters a lot when you're trying to test new features like hauling and physically manipulating debris fields. The audio and visual side gets some love too. Expect enhanced particle effects and sound cues around remnants, fixes for lighting and clipping near debris sites, and performance boosts where lots of dynamic objects are present. It's a fairly sensible combination of new toys and the glue that keeps them from falling apart when the server's under pressure. Now, it's important to be transparent about the source of these notes. The detailed breakdown I'm covering here comes primarily from third-party summaries and community reports that dug into the patch and listed the features and fixes. At the moment, the official release log doesn't show an exact matching entry for this patch number in their public listing. So some of the specifics are best read as what's been reported by community curation outlets rather than a line-for-line official manifesto. That's not unusual. Sometimes community sites pick up notes and early impressions faster than the official channels update their logs, but it's worth keeping in mind if you're expecting verbatim developer phrasing in the official release notes. I've been watching community reaction unfold, and the initial threads are a mix of curiosity and cautious optimism. Some players feel the update is a neat sideways step toward richer gameplay loops by making hauling meaningful, while others were hoping for more dramatic content additions this cycle, and are waiting to see how the systems settle in after a week or two of real use. Community chatter points out that exocraft customization is an immediate visual win, but the long-term value will hinge on how well hauling integrates with existing base economies, freighter workflows, and multiplayer interactions. If the hauling rewards and processing pipelines are balanced, this could be a small but impactful change to the meta. So there you have it. An honest, plain language walkthrough of what's been reported about the patch, from the new physicsy tool that lets you pick up and throw debris, to the Colossus upgrades, and the hauling-focused event. Whether you're the kind of player who loves tinkering with new mechanics, or you prefer the slow grind of building up a hauling operation across several systems, this patch looks designed to give you reasons to move stuff around more deliberately. instead of just scanning for nodes and moving on. I'll leave it there so you can get into the game and see how these mechanics feel in practice.